all the hard work and things that they've paid off just pay off for them.
After 11 years of marriage in the NFL, Rachel Miller, Billy Miller's wife, is now making a business out of selling black and gold jewelry.
I started Go Sports Jewelry. I love New Orleans, I love jewelry, and I wanted everybody to be able to represent the team that they love and the player that they love.
She says the younger women will learn that the NFL couples will often become each other's family.
We love each other. We're each other's godparents of children. We are with each other 3 nights a week at the movies. I've never been on a team that is this family oriented and is this close and is this real and down to earth.
Above all, they are the front line of support to the men who will wake up this Sunday ready to play the biggest game of their lives.
And once again, we are at Shuck and Dive here in Fort Lauderdale, and already let's show you some Saints fans. Where are you guys from? Y'all realize it's not even open yet, right? Where are you guys from?
River Ridge in New Orleans, baby. Home of Louisiana.
Home of Louisiana. Oh, y'all all showed up together. Metairie, everybody is here. How did you guys learn about this place?
I heard through friends. Jamon Bushrod, East Henford, you live on my street, baby. Hold it down tonight.
SaintsReport.com, best website ever.
There you go.
Yeah, we're all together. Well, this place is going to get started in just a little while. Already he's got the CD on just a constant loop of all sorts of Saints songs, New Orleans songs. As Mike Hoss found out earlier in this week, this really is just a slice of home in the middle of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So very conveniently located for this weekend. We'll be checking in with you guys as the hours go on. For now, live in Fort Lauderdale, Lucy Bustamante, back to you guys.
Because behind every great man,
beside every great man, there is a great woman.
That's true. That's true.
We're going to be right back with more coverage of Super Bowl 44.
But first, here's some more Who Dat history.
We are announcing, after considerable deliberation and a most difficult decision, the franchise award to the new ownership. We, all of us in the National Football League, myself, particularly the committee that came down and interviewed the prospective applicants, we all felt extremely flattered at the high caliber of individuals who were interested in having the New Orleans franchise. We have unanimously approved the new ownership structure for the New Orleans franchise. And the majority owner of the franchise will be Mr. John Meekum Jr. of Houston, Texas.
Channel 4 found public officials getting tax breaks that violate the law.
I mean, I never saw any of the tax bills.
It's not the only example of someone depriving the parish of tax dollars it should be getting.
So this wasn't a case of special treatment?
No, definitely not. I don't do special treatment at all.
And when Eyewitness News started asking questions, it got even more intriguing.
Isn't this something that your office is supposed to take care of?
See how our questions led to changes in one assessor's office. Dennis Wiltering reports as 4 investigates. Monday at 10.
I'm Al Balmer Jr., president of Balmer Foods Incorporated, maker of the world-famous Crystal hot sauce. Since 1923, when my dad and mom started making Crystal right here in New Orleans, we have been shipping over 2 million gallons of our hot sauce annually to more than 75 countries around the world. Thank you for using Crystal hot sauce to add a dash of Louisiana spice and flavor to your life. Crystal is proud to be the official hot sauce and #1 fan of the New Orleans Saints.
When something happens out here, people get hurt. As a pilot and former offshore worker, I've seen what can happen. As an attorney, I fight hard for the rights of injured offshore workers so they get the money they deserve and can take care of their families. Because out here, sometimes you don't get a second chance. I make sure my clients do.
When Louis St. Martin takes your case, you can take care of what's important. Call 1-800-222-3984 today.
The team has had its moments of success, but more often struggle.
I've always kind of referred to the Saints as America's underdog, and everybody loves an underdog.
This season, they've come together to unite a city and state.
They've been well coached, they have great leadership, and they have a Hall of Fame quarterback probably in Drew Brees.
They in turn have been blessed with an unprecedented record.
And this team has made history, and for all the right reasons.
For continued success, Bless you, boys, from Channel 4.
And welcome back to Sun Life Stadium. Mike Haas along with Doug Mouton. The gates are now open, so fans are starting to come in. And I know fans in New Orleans are ready. I just got an email picture from my wife, a big tray of black and gold Jell-O shots. So I know they're ready.
Pre-noon Jell-O shots?
Well, she's just making them for the big block party. It's a big block party.
To be ready for later.
Betty Ann and my girls Allison and Katie all going to a big block party. So I know they're not having any of the Jell-O shots, by the way.
Yes.
And so I know they are ready, and I know that you've been talking to Saints fans who have been beyond ready.
Right. We showed you about 45 minutes ago the first line starting to build at the gate to get into the parking lot, and of course the first people in line were Houdats. We took a ride back to see what the line looked like. This is about 20 minutes ago, just before the parking lot opened. This is what it looked like. The line, which was 8 or 9 cars deep, now clearly more than 100 cars deep. We did see some Colts fans in line for sure, but we saw a whole lot more Houdat fans, and certainly the Houdat fans we saw in line, and this is something we saw for a solid week here all around Miami. The Houdat fans in line, bigger smiles. Certainly you can hear them more as you approach. You hear Houdat up and down Dan Marino Boulevard. People lined up to get in. Those people now are beginning to park their cars. We caught up with 4 New Orleans fans outside that gate a little earlier.
We're ready to see the game. Anxious to see the game. Believe that. Ready to see the Saints win it all, baby, yeah!
New Orleans bound, this is our year. Ricky went to the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
There's no end. There is no end to this game. We're going to win. Nobody's talking about our defense. Nobody's talking about our running game, special teams. Reggie's going to be MVP. Shut all the critics up. Bring him back next year.
You live in New Orleans, born and raised, and actually it can become emotional. And just the last 2 days, sucking it all in, and now it's game day. Finally here, ready to celebrate, have fun, and we'll win.
No, it's very surreal. We're very happy to be here. It's number 1 against number 1. Should be one of the best Super Bowls ever. We hope the Saints are successful, come out with a W. We'll love it, but we're happy to be here regardless of what happens.
I don't think smiles everywhere, and that's outside the parking area. And I'm not sure where they're going now. We might take a ride and see. There is an official tailgate area, but you need an official ticket to get into that. The stadium doesn't open for several more hours, so they may be in the parking lot hanging out, having a tailgate, a makeshift tailgate area in the parking lot for the next few hours. Smiles everywhere.
Saints fans can pretty much improvise. When they stop, that's the event.
And that's what happened on the street. They're literally on Dan Marino Boulevard, lined up, blowing horns, having a good time hours before game time.
Give me some of the names of the towns people you've been talking
to. We talked to people from New Orleans, certainly, but Gretna, Marrero, Mandeville, Metairie, Kenner, a cross-section of the metro. And we were talking that, you know what, just the culture of LSU games at night and tailgating all day, this is sort of what we do. Right. 7 to 8 hours before game time is not unusual for people in Louisiana to be tailgating. We're kind of pros at this.
Right, they'll probably be hacked going to the game. 2 o'clock, I can't get in until 2 o'clock. That's only 4 hours before kickoff. I got to get in the stadium, so we'll have to wait and see. And certainly they have been ready. When you wait 43 years for something to happen, I know we were talking yesterday that fans this whole weekend have been kind of like, I just can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday. And the other half of them were saying, ooh, I want to savor every last second of it. I don't want it to come too fast.
And that's exactly what they're saying in the parking lot, that they're enjoying everything they're doing. They want the game to be here, but they also sort of don't. Because every minute that's out there, everybody's smiling.
There's a $5 in it if you bring me a chicken wing at some point today.
There's plenty in the
You're
parking
on
lot.
right now.
There
You're
you go.
on. All right, Doug Mouton. Thanks very much. Sally and Katie, let's go back to the other half of the party in New Orleans.
That's right.
Yes.
We don't have any black and gold Jell-O shots, though.
No, but there's a lot going on at Jackson Square. Let's check in with Frank and Jonathan.
Hi, guys.
What? Now tell us who you are.
It's me, Inez Pirati.
Oh yeah, Inez. That's like Natalie and Vic, okay?
Yeah, they wish they was.
Hey, look
Pirati.
who you brought with you.
I brought the bags on the ground, man.
Look at that. Look at that, man. He looked like the Saints on the ground guy. Now you did a parody, right, just for the Saints?
Well, some ladies, they decided to change it up a little bit because we ain't wearing no more bags. You ready?
I'm ready, baby.
I'm ready.
Do
Bring
it, okay?
Bags on the ground. Bags on the ground. No more ain'ts. Throw your bags on the ground with your black and your gold. Hat turned sideways, bags hit the ground. Call yourself a Saints fan, look like a winner. Who that nation? Throw your bags on the ground.
Yeah.
Finish strong. Woo. Hey, throw your bags on the ground. Looking like a winner. Showdown in Miami with the who that sound. Get it done. Go Saints.
Yeah, how about that? What do you think of that, huh? Woo! Now, do you have that copyrighted yet?
It is now. It's on tape.
Come here, Boo.
Come on in.
Come here, Dave.
Come on in here.
Wait here, don't go away. Dave.
Dave's got some talent too.
Dave has talent for us.
Yeah, let's see
Dave,
this here.
what did you do? Now, what did you put together, Dave?
Well, I thought something needed to be done for the Who Dat Nation after what they went through with the NFL trying to take away the Who Dat, which didn't make any sense at all.
Gotta defend it.
So what I thought should be said to the NFL was something like this. It's entitled Who Dat. And it goes like this. Who Dat? That ain't your Who Dat. Who Dat? You just can't do that. I am a Who Dat, as you can see. Hey, Mr. NFL, you can kiss my fleur-de-lis. I said Who Dat. Who Dat. Now y'all got it.
Who Dat say you're gonna beat those Saints?
Who Dat? Who Dat? Who Dat say they're gonna beat them Saints?
We got our own American Idol competition going on at Jackson Square.
Apparently, only it's cheers instead of songs.
I love it.
Only in New Orleans.
Oh my goodness! And I love people have been sending me some of their poetry, their Who Dat poetry. So keep it coming to sroberts@WWL-TV.com.
We want to remind you that coming up at 11 o'clock, our coverage will continue on WUPL Cox Channel 2 until 1 p.m.
And make sure you keep it right there. We're going to show you some more Saints fans from the Who Dat Nation. We'll be right back.
I hopped off the plane in Miami, knowing that the Saints would win. Welcome to the game and greatest test. Peyton's gonna be in. Jumped in the cab, here we are for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Super Bowl sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seemed to doubt us.
It is a state with a rhythm and resonance all its own. Louisiana's people and parishes have a special spirit and a special TV station. Here, a legacy of journalistic excellence has been passed down to today's storytellers through moments that have been heartbreaking and heartwarming. From Eyewitness News to the people of this special state, we'd like to say thank you for watching WWL-TV Channel 4, Louisiana's news leader.
See these beans? Let me tell you something. You don't cook these beans, you ain't cooking nothing. These are the best beans in the world.
Blue Runner red beans, real good, real fast.
I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm going back to school to spread the word about Ford.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Fuel efficiency matter to anybody? Focus has an EPA estimated 35 mpg, really fuel efficient. What are we studying? Oh, that looks like math.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Stingy on the gas?
Good.
Still peppy and fun? You want to take a look at it?
This is sweet.
Ford has quality that can't be beat by Honda or Toyota.
Now get 0% financing or $3,000 total cash back on Focus and get a no-charge 2-year premium maintenance plan. Drive one at your local Southern Quality Ford dealer.
Hi, I'm attorney Alan Berger. At my law office, we want to congratulate all of the New Orleans Saints coaches and players on your amazing season. You've lifted our city's spirits and proven that with hard work and a whole lot of faith, together we can accomplish anything. You've made us all proud to call New Orleans home. The law offices of Alan Berger & Associates, representing injured clients for over 30 years and proud to call New Orleans home.
My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com is a new way to plan and enjoy Carnival. More than just calendars and maps, it's streaming video, photos, and information from a team of bloggers. Visit My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com today. Stories that make a difference. 4 investigates.
Welcome back, everybody. Live coverage here on this incredible Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 44 in downtown Miami, right across the street from the Saints Hotel. In just a few hours, those boys are going to take the field and finally get this game underway and go for their first ever title. An incredible feeling here in Miami. Things just rolling along so nicely. A beautiful day here, and things are only going to get better as we head toward kickoff. Now, we've been showing you all week about fans who have come out here, who are enjoying the game, who have taken over South Beach and really taken over all of Miami the last couple of days. And those folks, of course, feel very, very lucky to be in Miami and have tickets to the game. But some folks are very, very lucky to be here. And right now, we have one of those people joining us now, Marlene Hemel. Marlene, thank you so much for being here. And we talked earlier on the show, earlier last week, about the big raffle the Catholic Charities was having. Yeah. And I think it was like $100 to get a raffle ticket in, and they were, I think 4 or 5 people ended up winning the contest. But you were the first one to win. Total luck of the draw. You put your money in and won. What's it feel like to finally be here?
It's just fun. It's just so awesome. I've been waiting for 40-something years to be here. Been a fan since I was a little girl and born and raised in New Orleans, so it's just been really, really awesome.
You were a Gentilly
just so
girl?
Excited. Gentilly.
That's right, and you're here in mind. And when did you get to town?
Friday.
Friday, okay.
Friday.
And what made you initially buy that lottery ticket? What made you want to take the $100 gamble?
Well, I had this was the first raffle was before the Saints were in the playoffs to come to the Super Bowl, but I just had this feeling, and also with Catholic Charities, they do such dynamic programs for the city of New Orleans, and I wanted to help out. Figured that, you know, I can be helping out the city as well as maybe have a chance to come to the Super Bowl, and it's like unbelievable.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So you know, it's $100 a ticket. How many tickets did you buy?
I took 2 tickets.
You plunked down 2 tickets.
Yeah.
And how did you find out you had won, and what was that moment like?
They called at 3:15. When I filled out the application, I was so nervous I gave my boyfriend Buddy's phone number instead of mine.
And by the way,
he hands me.
Let's wave to Buddy. Your boyfriend is here. Hey, Buddy's right here somewhere. So, but anyway, so you got.
But anyway, so I bought the tickets, and I'm waiting. I kept watching. I said they knew they were quitting selling the tickets at 2, so I'm watching the clock at 2. At 3 o'clock, I said, oh, they're going to be drawing the name. I wonder. 3:15, his phone rings, and he says, there's somebody on the phone for you, and it says, hello, this is Corrine Knight from the Archdiocese of New Orleans. And I said, don't tell me.
That must have been,
excited.
You must have felt your heart come out of your chest.
It's unbelievable.
And you have 2 tickets here.
2
so
tickets.
You and Buddy the boyfriend headed to the game today.
Yep.
Man, and you got here Friday. And tell me, what the atmosphere here in Miami, all the Houdads are here. How's that been for you?
It's just been really awesome. You're riding down the street and you're yelling. I have my car decorated that says Go Saints, so you're hearing horns honking.
Oh, yeah, people are going nuts.
Yeah, but it's very cordial with the Colts fans. I mean, it's just, you know, we're going to win, you're going to win, you know, that kind of thing. Just really, really nice atmosphere. And we were down at Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
We went to the beach party last night.
Having a good time, making a full weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm happy for you. Go in there, scream your lungs out tonight, support those Saints, and, and help them bring back that trophy.
Houdat going to beat them Saints. Go Saints.
Congratulations, Marlene. Thank you so much for being here. Great to meet you. Enjoy today. Back to Katie and Sally in the studio, girls. Back to you.
Thank you very much. What a lucky draw for her.
Talk about a lucky raffle win, huh?
And supporting Catholic Charities. And speaking of Catholic Charities, they're going to be ready to go to Mass pretty soon over at St. Louis Cathedral. And that's where we find Frank and Jonathan.
Oh, look who we got here.
We have Monsignor Kern.
Monsignor Kern. Now, you say you're 10th generation.
Right.
Okay. You were there when the Saints first started, right?
I was here when the first Saint was made.
I've been waiting for 43 years.
You better believe it.
And you hung on. And you kept the jersey all this time.
And I knew Drew Brees was going to be here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You said earlier you have never seen as many, well, parishioners, but all wearing black and gold.
Black and gold, that's right. It was a black and gold mass today, and I haven't seen that many people in church since Easter.
We want to hold them over to next weekend,
right,
too,
next weekend they have to come back.
Monsignor wants all y'all to come back, okay, next week.
To give Thanksgiving.
Wait. They want you to come back after the Saint has the trophy, right?
That's right.
Now, see, you took down the Holy Father's flag.
The popes venerate saints, as you well know.
Right.
So the Holy Father gave permission for his flag to come down. We put the saint's flag in its place.
Somebody told me they're flying that at the Vatican today. The
It is.
flag.
The Vatican is all for the saints. You know that, absolutely.
I know that. I know that.
So we know we're going to win. That's it.
So today, you know, I'm a young Catholic boy. I grew up with altar boys and stuff like that. Today, did you do like a high Saints Mass? I mean, because somebody told me today that the choir went, "Oh, who that's gonna beat those Saints?"
Well, there was a hoot at a few, but
yeah, we heard that during your homily there was a hoot at the end of the very sentence.
Right, the big hoot at in the sky.
Yeah, I hear
God
is a hoot at man as well.
He's the big hoot at. Watch out.
That's right. God's the big. Don't all y'all forget that.
Yeah.
So give us a prediction, Monsignor. What's the
well,
score?
I don't know a score, but of course it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to win. So
right.
I don't want to show off and give a prediction of a score. I'm not infallible, only the Pope is. But we will win. Am I right, folks?
That's high mass.
Now
We're coming back, y'all.
Monsignor, and we're so happy to have everyone here. And as they said, of course, the Vatican would be for the saints.
That's right. And we'll have much more coming up right after this of our pregame show. Stay with us.
Stay tuned.
It is a state with a rhythm and resonance all its own. Louisiana's people and parishes have a special spirit and a special TV station. Here, a legacy of journalistic excellence has been passed down to today's storytellers through moments that have been heartbreaking and heartwarming. From Eyewitness News to the people of this special state, we'd like to say thank you for watching WWL-TV Channel 4, Louisiana's news leader.
Okay, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a big football game coming up, and you know me, being a Louisiana girl, I'm about to bust my buttons with pride. So me and Popeyes just got one thing to say about this football game. Kick some butt, boys. Louisiana, fast! Down here in Louisiana, there is only one way to make iced tea. Fresh brewed and sweetened only with pure cane sugar. Right now at Popeyes, you can get our new cane sweet tea for just 99 cents. That takes me home. Louisiana, fast!
I'm Blaine Kern, Mr. Mardi Gras.
And I'm Barry Kern, and this is our Rouse's.
It's not Mardi Gras without Rouse's King Cake. Rouse's bakes their king cake fresh every day.
Bake me something, mister.
I like the traditional king cake.
I like the flavor.
Traditional.
The flavors are better. We tell everybody, get all your parade stuff at Rouse's. They make everything from party trays, sandwiches, chips, anything you need. How about that fried chicken?
I always was a leg man.
Channel 4 found public officials getting tax breaks that violate the law.
I mean, I never saw any of the tax bills.
It's not the only example of someone depriving the parish of tax dollars it should be getting.
So this wasn't a case of special treatment?
No, definitely not. I don't do special treatment at all.
And when Eyewitness News started asking questions, it got even more intriguing.
Isn't this something that your office is supposed to take care of?
See how our questions led to changes in one assessor's office. Dennis Wiltering reports as 4 investigates. Monday at 10.
They're marching in, and you know their name, 'cause we're all getting ready for the big game. Got football fever and our boys to blame. Say you, them Saints to reign. We got that spirit, and you know that means the Saints are marching for New Orleans. We're keeping the faith, filling the stands, cheering the boys and clapping our hands. Say clap, cheer, 'cause the boys are...
Super Bowl pregame coverage is brought to you by your Rouses, your Southern quality Ford dealers, Cox, Crystal Hot Sauce, your Louisiana Coastal Cadillac dealers, Allen Berger and Associates, and River Parish Disposal. It is a state with a rhythm and resonance all its own. Louisiana's people and parishes have a special spirit and a special TV station. Here, a legacy of journalistic excellence has been passed down to today's storytellers through moments that have been heartbreaking and heartwarming. From Eyewitness News to the people of this special state, we'd like to say thank you for watching WWL-TV Channel 4, Louisiana's news leader.
To game.
To catch the game. To surf the net.
To channel surf.
TV on your time.
With 100% free HD and internet at your pace.
Or whatever speed you need. Digital cable.
And high-speed internet.
What a pair.
Now, you can bundle Cox Digital Cable and high-speed internet preferred for only $66 a month for 6 months. Bundle and save today. Call 302-7666.
It's brilliantly
better.
My attorney, Bernie, thinks he knows a lot about football. Bernie, who's the greatest running back in Saints history?
That's easy, Deuce. Hokie Gajan.
You better stick to law, Bernie. Call my attorney, Bernie, at 888-4BER-NEY. That's 888-4BER-NEY.
Impressed with my attorney, Bernie.
And don't forget the EY.
After 43 years, we're finally in that number. This is our year. We're going to the big show. We dat! River Parish Disposal salutes the black and gold and all the fans who have supported this team game after game, season after season.
Gonna do this for Buddy D, baby!
River Parish Disposal. Yeah, our business stinks, but it's picking up.
So what do we got here, Don?
And welcome back to Sun Life Stadium. The gates opened about a half an hour ago. It's 11:30 Eastern. We've already seen some Saints fans hoo-datting around in here. And if you're wondering, Sun Life Stadium, haven't heard of that one. Maybe you've heard of Joe Robbie Stadium, Pro Player Park, Pro Player Stadium, Dolphin Stadium, Land Shark Stadium. This thing has as many names as Miami quarterbacks.
Well, and the reason that they really pushed for this latest name, they weren't real big on the Land Shark because it's the beer, and the NFL in a Super Bowl year was, let's see what we can get through. So they were able to push that through.
Scott Cody joining us now, and certainly looking ahead to the game, the first part of the game. We talked about Ricky Jackson. We think is going to be a part of the coin flip. You actually have the coin.
We've got the coin. This is not the actual coin. This is a replica of it that was sent down, the heads and the tails, and the actual one that will be on the field was actually in space, believe it or not. The crew from the shuttle Atlantis put it up there in space, an 11-day trip back in November. They brought it back with them, and that'll be, of course, enshrined into the Hall of Fame. Our coin actually traveled from New Orleans through Gulf Shores, stopped in Orlando. Been with
a couple
us,
of McDonald's, a Wendy's.
Exactly. I don't think it hasn't been in orbit, so to speak. But it's
what is it? So they have helmets. The helmets would be heads.
Helmets, heads. The helmets are heads. This is tails, and it's got some interesting stats too, because the coin toss, a lot of people out there are interested in it. They're superstitious. 43 Super Bowls though, 22 heads, 21 tails. Tails never fails for Drew Brees because they actually are the visiting team. I've heard him call tails before. Who knows? Maybe you win the opening. But now, is that important, though, Mike, you asked? You thought you had some useless stats? Listen to some of these useless stats. 48.8% of the time, though, the winner of the coin toss is lost. But now when you get into overtime and you win the toss, that number bumps up all the way to 60%.
Let's talk.
So there you go.
There you go. All right, it's a battle for useless stats, me or you. Let's talk a little football. We haven't spoken a lot about the actual game. Initially, certainly turnovers were so big in the Vikings' victory. When you look, Jim Henderson talked last night about Lance Moore, and he has not played a big role in the 2 playoff wins. Where do you see his role today?
It could be they really like to put him in certain punt situations, maybe when they want to rest Reggie Bush. He could change some field position that way. But I think he's going to work underneath, which is what he's always done. He's been effective around the goal line. I think he played in, he was limited with injuries this year, but in it seems like every game that he came back, he caught a touchdown pass from Drew Brees. I think Drew's comfortable with him in those tight situations, and especially on third downs, which are huge for the Saints. If you can keep converting and keep those first downs coming on third downs, this is when that team really seems to get on a roll.
We've talked so much about Peyton Manning and the Colts offense, and certainly what has been a bit of an Achilles heel for the Saints defense has been their run defense. In the playoffs, they've given up 6 yards a carry running the ball, 133 yards a game running the ball, and they don't come in little 7 or 8 yard gallops. They come in 60-yard sprints, and so that's got to be a concern for this defense.
And I think, though, one positive you can look at, you remember after Hightower busted that one in the first play of the game against Arizona, they didn't do much after that. Greg Williams, one of the strengths that I think maybe gets overlooked a lot of times because of the turnovers that the Saints are forcing, is the fact of his in-game adjustments, and the Saints have done really well. They may get burned a few times on some big runs, which they have, but they make in-game adjustments better than anyone. But Peyton Manning, I thought, brought up an interesting point this year, or this week. They're 32nd in the run this league, but they outrushed the Jets. No one thought that they could. They're committed to the run when they have to be. I think against this Saints team, like you mentioned, that's showing some vulnerability, they'll probably be maybe a little more committed.
All right, Scott Cody, thanks very much. We're going to talk football and fans as we continue live from Sun Life Stadium. Sally, Katie?
All right, thank you very much, Mike and Scott. And of course, this is carnival season as well. And Laura and Jill are out on the parade route at the corner of St. Charles and Napoleon. Good morning.
Good morning. And you know, what other city can handle election last night, carnival all
Parades
week,
rolling last night and all day today,
and then also, of course, Super Bowl. And I've never gotten this good of a spot before.
I have to say, if you're willing to come out and brave the cold temperatures, you will catch a multitude of things because there is very few people out here, and so you'll get a great spot along the parade route and you'll get some great throws. So still not too late to come. Parade starts in about 30 minutes, around 11 a.m. or so. We're at the corner of Napoleon and St. Charles, so it comes right around here and then heads down towards the French Quarter and towards downtown.
And you know what? Laura and I don't agree on a lot.
No.
But what we do agree on today is we got Ole Miss right there. But you know what? Today, being, she's a Bulldog and I'm a
Mississippi
Tiger.
State, right.
But, being in the spirit of the Saints, we're all coming together. And we've got a man over here, Bo White.
Hi.
He is a Saints fan from Meridian, Mississippi.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were saying earlier, you cannot believe the spot you got.
No, as I said, we've been coming here for 5 years, and usually we're 4 or 5 people deep down the street, but we're looking forward to the parade to this one today.
And what do you think, just being out here and seeing all the hootats and everybody yelling, is this the craziest that it's been?
This has definitely been the craziest time that I've been in Mardi Gras. But I guess everybody's really excited about the ball game today and the Super Bowl, and I know we are, and we're going to hopefully bring the Saints a victory today.
And why did you decide, you said, you got Meridian fans, you got fans 200 miles away, but you decided you need to be in New Orleans tonight?
Exactly. Just because of the atmosphere, and who knows when we're going back to the Super Bowl again. So this may be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So
now here's the important question. Do you have a place to watch the game tonight?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We're actually driving back to catch the kickoff, but we want to be down here to enjoy the atmosphere.
Just checking. That was an important question. Yes. Just checking.
Tell us how big of a fans are the city of Meridian in Mississippi?
Oh, well, they've already painted the town black and gold. I know every restaurant and bar is pretty much booked up to watch the ball game. So they're going to be about 40,000 strong rooting the Saints home all the way up there.
And you're going to be watching the parade right here with your children. You got a great spot, and we're going to bury the hatchet just for today.
Just for today, but everybody's a Who Dat fan today.
You're right, and that's kind of the case all over the country, is that we've been seeing kind of the entire nation just come together for the Saints. And
putting their arms around the Saints.
Yes, this is America's team, so we're really excited about that. Lots going on up here. We'll be back a little bit later, but we'll send it back to Sally Ann and Katie.
All right, and the parades are ready to roll, and if you want to get out there, plenty of good spots.
I know. People are going to be excited. They have a parade, and then they have the Super Bowl. It's going to be a crazy day in New Orleans.
Goodness.
It's wonderful.
We've got much more coming at you. We have more coverage of the pre-Super Bowl 44 celebration.
But first, here's some more Who Dat history.
My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com is a new way to plan and enjoy Carnival. More than just calendars and maps, it's streaming video, photos, and information from a team of bloggers. Visit My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com today.
Hi, I'm attorney Alan Berger. At my law office, we want to congratulate all of the New Orleans Saints coaches and players on your amazing season. You've lifted our city's spirits and proven that with hard work and a whole lot of faith, together we can accomplish anything. You've made us all proud to call New Orleans home. The law offices of Alan Berger & Associates, representing injured clients for over 30 years and proud to call New Orleans home.
There's nothing more important than fans, and Omni Bank has a lot of them. In a recent survey, customers used the same words over and over to describe their Omni experience. Words like friendly, personal, professional, courteous. I could go on, but let me tell you, it's experiences like these that make Omni a winning play. If you want a trusted tradition in banking where the difference is service, then join my team here at Omni Bank. I know I'm a big fan.
The Cadillac CTS Sport Sedan. One of Car and Driver's 10 best for the third year in a row.
My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com is a new way to plan and enjoy Carnival. More than just calendars and maps, it's streaming video, photos, and information from a team of bloggers. Visit My Mardi Gras experience on WWL-TV.com today.
My salesperson put me at ease.
I'm very patient, and my name is Paul.
My name is Norman. I'm a Royal Honda associate.
And they listened to what I needed.
I'm a good listener. My name is Jason.
I'm Michael.
Royal Honda delivers award-winning and dependable vehicles. Our 110-point inspection checklist ensures a safe product. Buy Honda. Make sure it's a Royal Honda. Safe and dependable, on sale today.
Royal Honda, Royal Honda.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
The team has had its moments of success, but more often struggle.
I've always kind of referred to the Saints as America's underdog, and everybody loves an underdog.
This season, they've come together to unite a city and state.
They've been well coached, they have great leadership, and they have a Hall of Fame quarterback probably in Drew Brees.
They in turn have been blessed with an unprecedented record.
And this team has made history, and for all the right reasons.
For continued success, bless you boys from Channel 4.
When 4 investigates, a team of reporters and researchers will stop at nothing to expose corruption, save your tax dollars, and bring about positive change. So watch When 4 investigates only on WWL-TV Channel 4.
Stand by.
Back here in Miami at Bayfront Park, beautiful Biscayne Bay behind us, and I got one of the ultimate Saints fans in the city of New Orleans. Now, this is a guy who's put on some pretty big shows before, but nothing as big as Super Bowl. This is huge.
Well, nothing can be as big as the Saints in the Super Bowl during Mardi Gras. So you get the biggest phenomenon in America,
and there was
in American sports.
A little mayor's election last night, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I said to people that come Sunday night, you know, we're going to have the world champion in football, we're going to have Mardi Gras, and we're going to have a new mayor, and the best of New Orleans is yet to come.
And now you've been a Saints fan for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is just huge for you. And your dad helped design the Superdome.
My dad, I saw models of the Superdome, you know, in the living room on a table. Before the whole downtown corridor, really, the Poydras corridor down to the Hilton was all built around, because there were 2 or 3 other places they wanted the Superdome. Jefferson Parish wanted it in some other areas, and my dad really pushed for it to be downtown. And at that time it was just Canal Street. So the Superdome was a part of that rejuvenation in New Orleans, and now obviously the Saints are part of this rejuvenation.
And you know, you talk about ironies. You know, your dad helped build the Superdome. Then Moon Landrieu, the father of the mayor-elect, was the one who really had the good idea for the Poydras corridor with the Superdome there, with your father and stuff. It just all comes around full circle.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, what I'm feeling like is, up till now, since Katrina, it was all recover, recover, recover. But the thing now is not to get New Orleans back where it was. It's going forward to the greatest New Orleans ever.
I mean, because we got so many things happening in New Orleans, so much development coming down. The Superdome's going to change with that sports complex around it. The Super Bowl's coming to New Orleans in 2013. You guys got a great Jazz Fest planned this year.
We do. We have a fantastic Jazz Fest. And just like the Saints, you know, the Jazz Fest has been part of the march back from Katrina. There was the first Orpheus Parade. Harry Connick had Coach Payton, myself, and himself at a little press conference. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know, people have lost their homes. People have lost everything. Here we are with Jazz Fest, Mardi Gras, and the Saints. And then I thought about it to say, well, what this really does mean a lot to people. This is part of the fabric that weaves our families together. And we are part of this recovery. And you know, now we've all kind of led the way.
And you've got some superstitions, the things that you do to make sure that the Saints are going to win. You wear.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we're all in black and gold. I know we're all going to be black and gold, but I think this is time to bring out the real Saints.
You brought out the heavy Saints now.
Yeah, I've had this for like 3 years, hanging up, waiting for the time to wear it. And I said, when the Saints come, we're calling in our Saints. This is New Orleans. This is hoodoo and Catholicism and everything put together. We're going over there and win a football game.
And you also wear a special dog tag.
Oh, I do. Before the first, I don't know if y'all can see that, but before the first playoff game, before the Cardinals, I got this dog tag. And I said, I'm putting it on, and I'm not taking it off till the war is over. And the war ain't over yet, and I've been wearing it ever since.
And the war won't be over till we've won 3 or 4 Super Bowls.
You know what? There's never been, I'll sit back there, there's never been a Super Bowl with the home team in it in the city that was hosting it. Never in all these 44 years.
And we
could
change that in 13.
2013, Saints will be the first team to host the Super Bowl and be in it.
All right, so what's your prediction? I've given my prediction today because I'll tell you what, it's Super Bowl 44 with the Saints on 4. The pick 3 on Friday back in New Orleans was 4-4-4. I think Saints by 4.
I think Saints shocked the world today. I don't know why all these people that have picked against them, they maybe didn't see us play the Cardinals and the Patriots. I say the Saints shocked the world. 41-28.
41-28. You heard it here first. Back with more after this. Stay right there.
Who dat, baby?
Hi, this is Holly. And I'm Heather with H2O Salon and Spa.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift of passion and pleasure. Affordable luxury starting at just $25. A manicure, pedicure, facial, massage for men and women. Indulge, relax, and unwind. H2O Salon and Spa, Metairie Road and Mandeville, where beauty and body are one.
H2O Valentine gift cards, available in store and online.
Hi, I'm attorney Alan Berger. At my law office, we want to congratulate all of the New Orleans Saints coaches and players on your amazing season. You've lifted our city's spirits and proven that with hard work and a whole lot of faith, together we can accomplish anything. You've made us all proud to call New Orleans home. The law offices of Alan Berger & Associates, representing injured clients for over 30 years and proud to call New Orleans home.
After 43 years, we're finally in that number. This is our year. We're going to the big show. WWL River Parish Disposal salutes the black and gold and all the fans who have supported this team game after game, season after season.
Gonna do this for Buddy D, baby! River Parish Disposal. Yeah, our business stinks, but it's picking up.
Who that's here, baby? Who that's here?
Oh, we're continuing our black and gold coverage today.
Little crunk in the studio.
Oh, I love it. I can't help but move every time I hear that
These
song.
commercial breaks have been fun around here. They get the music going and we're just dancing here at the desk.
I know.
It's nice.
There's so much great music coming out of all of this.
It's so much fun. This whole day is just going to be fun.
Yeah, and we've been talking about scores, and I'm keeping track of this. I know a lot of people will forget, but let's take a look at what we have said. Sally Ann, you said 42 to 28.
And Quinn Davis said 41-28.
And he just said 41-28. I'm going 24-21, and Katie's not jinxing anything.
No, I am not going to jinx it.
No.
I'm not doing it.
But I'm assuming you're going to pick the Saints.
Oh, well, of course.
Obviously, okay.
Of course.
So, yeah, so we're all...
At least I'm praying for the Saints, either way.
Hey, go Saints, go Saints.
All right, so I'm keeping this, and who's ever closest, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do like... it's the person who wins gets dinner bought for him? I don't know.
Yeah, I
something.
think so. I like that.
Okay, all right.
I like that.
All right, well, we should probably talk a little bit about the weather. We'll talk about the forecast down in Miami. Here it is. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s today for the Miami area. About 68 degrees is what our high temperature is going to be. That's right about game time, so should be pretty beautiful for the game. Other than that, around here, it's a little bit chilly out there. We do have some parades that are going on today, actually within the next couple of hours. These are the current temperatures, so if you are headed outside, keep in mind it is chilly, and you're going to want to grab that coat with you, a heavy sweater or a coat, something to stay warm. I know the adrenaline's pumping. I know everything's getting going, but it is going to be a cool one for the next couple of days. Cool today, cold overnight, and what some people have been concerned about over the next couple of days is Tuesday. Tuesday is the Saints parade, and we all know it's going to be a victory parade, but we have some rain moving in. Now, the good news is this rain probably only going to affect us for the morning hours on Tuesday. You can see here at about 12 p.m. This is the afternoon. It already moves out, so we are dealing with a mostly dry afternoon on Tuesday and evening, which is very good for those fans that are going to head down to the Saints parade. And then it cools down towards the middle of the week. Let's take a look at today's forecast. I'm going to go with a mostly sunny skies, chilly temperatures, and of course, what would today's forecast be without a forecast on the game? High temperatures between 49 and 54 degrees. Again, we're out of time, guys. We will get into the 7-day forecast a little bit later, and if you're really curious, you can check on WWL-TV.com.
But either way, it's not going to rain on our parade.
Not going to rain on our parade. No, and I should...
At least we hope.
Yeah, well, right. Well, we all know the Saints are going to win. Everybody knows that.
Right.
But I should say this, is Laura Buchtel was just at one of the parades. She's uptown, I think.
Yes.
And she said firsthand that it's cold. And if the weather person says it's cold,
you know it's cold.
You got to take that. Yeah, you got to know.
Okay. She needs a hat.
She needs your hat.
She needs a hat.
Yeah. Or maybe a helmet.
Or a helmet, yeah.
I'm not sure that would keep them too much warmer, but at least if they tripped and fell, they would be fine.
Yeah. Something.
Okay. Well, the Saints' first season started with a 94-yard opening kickoff return for a touchdown by John Gilliam.
We should have known it would only take 40 years to get us
Super Bowl.
to finish that off. Well, the crowd at Tulane Stadium went crazy, especially when Gilliam tossed the ball into the stands after crossing the goal line. Joe LaSalle tells us how he came down with the ball and why he believes he was destined to catch it.
Well,
When I was 15, I attended Romo High School, and a couple of my buddies called me up and said, "You want to go to a football game?" And I said, "Sure." And their dad had gotten some tickets from the bank and in the end zone. And we went to the game and settled in our seats, and the opening kickoff happened, and this man comes running right at us, and it was Gilliam. And he was just tearing up the field. And when he crossed the goal line, I lost sight of him, and then the ball was up in the air. And the next thing I know, I jumped up, caught the ball, went down, this big dog pile. The police pulled the people off the dog pile and asked me if I was okay. And I had the first touchdown ball that in Saints history. And the funniest thing of all was I was sitting in section V, row 11, seat 11. So to me, it's been karma all these years that, you know, I was sitting in the right place at the right time to get that ball.
Karma.
What a treasure.
Absolutely. And we sat down with John Gilliam himself, the great, I guess, punt returner in that game.
We had a chance to sit down with him and talk to him about that great time in his life.
Well, you know, I'm very excited. I got great ties with the New Orleans Saints because that was my first team. And to see them go through as much as they have gone through over the 43 years, it's just a tremendous feeling to see them accomplish all the things that they have over the last 43 years. And I'm just so happy and excited about them being in the Super Bowl, and I really think we have a chance to win this thing. You know, for my rookie year, back in 1967, when I ran that 97-yard touchdown back for a touchdown, that was one of the greatest moments of my career. Well, the first thing I remember, before the kickoff, I've never gone to a game where everyone have on a necktie and a white shirt. Most of the fans were dressed up in white, had neckties on. I guess they were just happy to get the franchise. And it was a sunny, beautiful day, and I wanted to do something special. Going out on that field, I said, boy, if I can just take this thing back, this would be something nice. Because I can't think of a better way to run into history better than what I did.
97 yards.
What a tremendous thing. And Mr. Gilliam is going to be a special guest of the crew of Bacchus next Sunday, which will, of course, feature Drew Brees as Bacchus.
I can imagine that's going to be a packed parade as well.
Oh, you know it.
And with some of these people who send in all of their great Saints fan picks. We'll be right back after this, but until then, enjoy.
Right on track, and the place is packed. Looking at the girls in the line, shaking them backs and bouncing right. You gotta watch the way you do that. Sometimes it gets that.
Hi, I'm Deuce McAllister. 2 years ago, my cousin Ralph Peterson from my hometown of Morton, Mississippi, got crushed by a big rig in Texas. And just recently, my other cousin, Jasmine McDonald, also from Morton, had a horrible wreck. I'm glad my cousins Jasmine and Ralph followed my advice and called my attorney Bernie at 888-4BERNEY. That's 888-4BERNEY, and don't forget the EY.
MoveOn.org political action is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Swine flu has become a serious health risk in Louisiana. Gilliard's Cleaning Supplies sells Symmetry hand sanitizer proven to kill the swine flu virus.
We use Symmetry hand dispensers to reduce the spread of germs.
It's foam and smells good.
We promote the use of Symmetry hand sanitizer. It has been proven to destroy the swine flu virus. It will also destroy E. coli and staph bacteria.
Keeping New Orleans clean. Gilliard, the name says a lot.
Hello, everybody. We're live in Fort Lauderdale at Shuck and Dive, and somebody wants to tell you hi. 14 hours to be here. This little man here is supposed to be in Slidell right now, but got lucky and he's now in Fort Lauderdale. His sister's 14 and out on Bourbon Street for her first time with some friends. You want to be out there too, or you rather be here?
I'd rather be here.
There you go. You got what you wanted then. We are live at Shuck and Dive. The party's getting ready. Well, the party has started. Let's not even mistake that that thing. But the party, as far as the bar goes, starts at noon. They're going to be serving crawfish from Kenner, believe it or not. He picked it up at the airport. And this is the Saints bar. If you are not wearing Saints garb, he will escort you out of the parking lot. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Lafayette.
You're from Lafayette. Where are you from? Slidell, Louisiana. Now, why did you guys choose to come here instead of stay home?
I'd rather be in Miami with the Saints.
Do you have tickets to the game?
Nope.
So you're going to be tailgating here the whole time? Anybody here have tickets? He is showing his off. Ryan, you better be careful what you do with that ticket. Man. You better keep it hidden. Let's show you back here if we can part the seats. Look at this. He's standing on a chair, so he can. There you go. You deserve a hello to mom back home. Let's show you if Neil Geritano, our wonderful photographer here, can show you how the setup is back here. The owner, Danny Stasi, has just set up table after table here, and this is where the crawfish boil is going to be. So, you guys, this party is going to continue on till after the game. Who's going to win?
Saints. Who that?
Saints. Who? We're going to send it back to you guys with the crunk song playing in the background.
Oh, the party has started.
It is underway.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's all the Saints Super Bowl news we have right now on Channel 4.
But we are not going anywhere, and neither should you. We're jumping over to WUPL, Cox Cable Channel 2 at 11 a.m. to continue our special Super Bowl Sunday Saints coverage, and that's Channel 54 if you don't have cable.
And so keep it tuned right here. We'll be right back on Channel 2. Mm-hmm.
The Houdat Bat Company has just released this professional model Bring the Wood bat. The 34-inch, 29-ounce full-size bat will have the Houdat Bat Company logo with the words Bring the Wood and the Fleur-de-Lis logo. This black bat will be hand-painted in gold and will be spectacular. This is a limited edition of 10,000 individually numbered bats and is the ultimate collectible for the Houdat Nation. The full-size hand-painted bat sells for $89.95 plus shipping. Operators are standing by. To order yours, call 1-866-280-BATS or log on to spikefootball.com.
Hi, this is Holly. And I'm Heather with H2O Salon and Spa. This Valentine's Day, give the gift of passion and pleasure. Affordable luxury starting at just $25. A manicure, pedicure, facial, massage for men and women. Indulge, relax, and unwind. H2O Salon and Spa, Metairie Road and Mandeville, where beauty and body are one.
H2O Valentine gift cards, available in store and online.
I'm Mike Rowan. I'm spreading the word about Ford at a gas station.
I'm Mike Jasper, the Ford Fusion.
Today at your local Southern Quality Ford dealer.
With Capital One Bank's free checking with rewards, me and the lads earn rewards just for everyday banking, like getting money from the drive-thru.
This is 20 I owe you.
And taking out cash at the bank.
Dad, what about my allowance?
We earn rewards just for using our debit cards.
Overnight?
You got it. Whoa.
Our business expenses earn us rewards too.
Thanks for your business.
It's free checking with rewards at Capital One Bank.
What's in your wallet? Let me do the talking.
America's most watched network, only CBS.
Welcome to CBS Sports presentation of Super Bowl 44. We are here in sunny South Florida, where the New Orleans Saints will take on the Indianapolis Colts for the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And hello, everyone. I'm James Brown alongside Dan Marino, Coach Bill Cowher, Shannon Sharp, and Boomer Esiason. Set the stage in terms of which team you think has an edge going in.
Well, first of all, I'm looking for a great game, guys. You know, you got two great offenses, an MVP in Peyton Manning, teams that put the ball up in the air are going to score a lot of points today, I feel. But to me, it's about the experience. You know, and Indianapolis was here 3 years ago. They beat Chicago. Peyton Manning's won a Super Bowl before. They got 11 starters already been in this game. So they know what it's like to get into a game today like a Super Bowl game.
I agree with you, Dan, but when you look at this game, both of these teams normally play it between 12 and 1 o'clock. Now, all of a sudden, there's not going to be a kickoff.
Practice yesterday, he seems to be okay, though.
He is fine. He's had issues with that all season long, but he went through the walkthrough, ran around. He's good to go as well.
I was talking a little earlier with you guys, and we were saying, well, the Saints feel pretty loose because nobody really expects them to win. They're the underdog. It's their first time. And I was saying I thought the pressure was on the Colts, and you guys said, no, the pressure's not on the Colts. Colts feel, well, they've already won 2 years ago.
Exactly.
It's not on them. They feel pretty loose, too.
Very much so. Again, they've been through this before. I think there's a lot to do with that experience in getting that first Super Bowl. Half the guys on the team have been through that before. They know how to get through it. I think they're confident. They're relaxed. And pressure, I don't know. Pressure on Peyton, certainly. I think the way he goes is the way this team goes, but I think they're going to be in pretty good shape here.
Yet Peyton seems, because of the 07 win, you know, he's answered a lot of critics. He's won the big game. He seems as loose, and I've known the kid since he was in high school. He seems as loose as I've ever seen him.
Very different. When he won that AFC Championship game against the Patriots that year, that was it. We've seen a completely different quarterback, especially in the big games. He had trouble winning those big games. Once he got over that hump, he is relaxed. He's a different kind of guy now.
There's been a lot of talk, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it as well, post-Cardinals, post-Vikings, about the Saints defense and the extra hits on Favre, Kurt Warner, and they say, well, that's what you'd like to do to Peyton Manning. Well, you know what? Every team wants to do that to Peyton Manning, but you can't do it. He's been sacked once in the, hard in the last few games, or a couple times against the Jets. He's hard to get to. He's hard to hit even after this pass.
Very much so. The offensive line gave up only 10 sacks all season long, best in the NFL. And when he sees the rush coming, he'll give himself up. He'll take a dive. He will not take the hit. He wants to conserve himself. He knows he's the most important man on that football field.
Oftentimes when people predict high-scoring affairs, it's not high-scoring. Do you think today will be high-scoring?
I think so. Absolutely. With the way these offenses have been unleashed all season long, and with the way the defenses are set up, I cannot see how it won't be a high-scoring game. I think there's going to be a lot of points put on the board, and I think the team that gets off to the early start will really have a big advantage.
What about turnovers? We've talked so much about turnovers. Certainly, the Vikings could have had 9 turnovers in the end. They didn't lose 4 of the fumbles, but turnovers will play such a key role. The Saints, under Sean Payton, when the Saints don't turn the ball over, they're undefeated, 13-0. That's always a big factor.
So critical. Colts are very good handling the ball, especially they don't fumble it much. And I remember here in the last Super Bowl against the Bears, Rex Grossman making all the issues. Turnover, interception, return for a touchdown. He had a couple of key fumbles. That turned the game. Turnovers will be number one in deciding who wins this one.
Well, one of us is going to be up very late covering a victorious Super Bowl team in City.
Right.
So you had it in 07. It's our turn.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Let's hope it's a good, exciting, close game.
Chris Woodley, thank you very much for your time. Good luck.
Absolutely.
All right, that's a little bit of football with the Indianapolis side. Katie and Sally Ann, back to you.
All right, we hope it's our turn too, don't you?
Yes, it is our turn.
Yeah.
I think this is our season. Don't you feel the destiny of this team?
At least I hope that's what I'm feeling, and it's not nerves.
When you look at it, so many times when they were playing and it looked like they were going to lose a game, they would win it. And against the Vikings, they had too many men on the field. At one point, the Vikings did, and so they lost some yardage there. Then that toss of an interception that Tracy Porter got for us. I mean, it just seems like everything has been leading up to this point.
Let's hope so. And I just keep wondering which team is going to show up today. Is it going to be the team that played the Vikings, or is it going to be the team that played the Patriots and the Cardinals? And I think it's going to be that team.
I think it's going to be the team that played the Patriots. I really do. I think they're going to be on fire. They've been looking forward to this, and they realize that getting to the Super Bowl is not a given because there are so many quarterbacks who got to the Super Bowl, and then it was years, if ever, that they got back to the Super Bowl. So they realized this is their time. This is where you leave it all out there on the field, and no regrets. You leave that field, you know that you put out your best product.
Can you imagine what they're feeling this morning as they're waking up and they're feeling all of the weight of the city on their shoulders? I mean, that has to be an amazing, wonderful, scary, terrifying, exciting feeling all at once.
I look at it a different way. I think that it's not so terrifying as it is, wow, we've gotten here. Now we're going to show everybody what we can do. I mean, as much as we are ready for this game time, I think they are ready for game time. They want to get out there and show the world that the Saints are here.
Yeah, and all of this buildup has to be just them, you know, like ready, like let's do it, let's get it done. Let's, you know, the time is finally here. So,
well, let's go to Rob and Eric and find out what's your take on this game.
Sally Ann, I got to tell you something. You know, I know pigs are flying and hell's frozen over. The Saints are in the Super Bowl, and Sally Ann Roberts is giving expert sports analysis.
I've called it right now. You know, I've called it right more times than I've called it wrong this season, by a long shot.
Your sister Robin would be very proud, Sally. Robin is very proud of you right now. Absolutely.
All right, by the way, Sally and Katie, I haven't heard. What are your predictions for the game? What's the score?
I say, well, I'll let you go first.
I don't want to jinx it. I'm not making a prediction. I'm not doing it.
And I say 42-28.
Yeah, I can't jinx it. I mean, that's on my shoulders. I can't. No.
35-28 Saints.
And all I'm saying is I'm going with my 4 thing, Saints by 4. Saints by 4, no matter what the score is.
I mean, you mentioned the pick lotto down here last night.
The lotto pick was 4-4-4. The Saints are playing Super Bowl 44 on Channel 4, and it's Channel 4 here in Miami too. So it's a sign from God for me.
It is. People say, "What's it like down there? What's it like?" 2 words. I'm gonna keep saying it: pure happiness. All the Who-Dats coming by, they're in the best mood. They're hugging, they're dancing, they're chanting. It is euphoria. We know it's euphoria there. It's euphoria here where we are. It's just win or lose. We've already won, I think, and it's just a great game.
I've said that a million times. You know, win or lose, but we're going to win.
We're going to win.
Winning is lagniappe. You know, just getting here is the thing that Buddy Deed always said. He said, I just can't believe I'll see it in my lifetime that the Saints will go to the Super Bowl. Buddy didn't make it, but you know, he's watching up there going, you know what, this is the most unbelievable thing that's ever happened. And you know, you see the euphoria when you walk downtown. You've done stories downtown or on South Beach. I've been down there. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter if you're wearing black and gold or you say who dat, you have got more friends than you can ever imagine. And everybody here is a New Orleanian today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, and like I said, we've been in there several days. I mean, that is the hot party spot, and it's been that way all week. And the greatest thing has been to see how it's just build and build and build. It kept going and going and going. And I was down there last night late, and let me tell you again, the folks are out there, and the black and gold took over South Beach. It took over South Beach.
And let me tell you what, Miami, as we've said a million times, has really adopted us as their team this year. These guys are diehard Dolphin fans, but you know what? They've fallen in love with New Orleans and the Saints. The Saints are staying here in Miami. The Colts are up there in Fort Lauderdale. So Miami's in love with these guys.
This is our turf, and of course, down here in Miami, the main strip here is Ocean Drive. We've said 100 times. It's kind of like Miami's version of Bourbon Street. And it's funny, this one particular bar down there kind of became the epicenter.
You found another bar?
I found them all. The epicenter for the Who-Dat Nation on Ocean Drive. Had a chance to go there and check out the scene, and trust me, it was a wild time. Check out Fat Tuesday, Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive is ground zero for Who-Dats partying this Super Bowl weekend, and this is their headquarters.
Well, Who-Dats, we are the Who-Dat Nation Bar. We're in on South Beach. It has been crazy the last 3 days.
With Carnival season back home hitting full stride, it's only appropriate that the black and gold faithful have come here to Fat Tuesday. They're partying early, partying hard, and loving every minute of it.
Oh, it's so much fun. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's happy. Everybody's Who-Dat. There's about 20 Who-Dat fans to every one Colts fan.
Hey. This is for Peyton Manning. This ain't your daddy, Saints. Daddy!
Oh, it's awesome. The Saints are ruling the beach.
We are number one.
It's the spot to be, the only place in America to be, right here, baby.
It's almost as good as New Orleans. New Orleans is one better. Saints anthems like Stand Up and Get Crunk and Black and Gold to the Super Bowl are in continuous rotation here. Each time the crowd reacting like it's the first time they've ever heard it. Yeah, obviously we know the Saints is bigger than New Orleans, so Homa's here today too, right?
Exactly right, representing the Bayou. There you go. Hey, down the Bayou, support the Saints.
Some Hoodats even wrote their own song.
Yeah, this is a reggae Saints song. Listen. Real, real, real. Saints real to me.
The scene outside has become a spectacle, and onlookers are getting taste of Saints fever. These guys rented an apartment above the bar and are feeling the spirit too, high above Ocean Drive. Well, if you have any doubt at all that this is in fact the Saints headquarters, take a look at this. 2 specialty drinks renamed Hurricane Force Breeze and the Houdat Octane. That says it all here. It's clear that the party here will roll well into the morning and only get wilder as game day approaches. Drinks always taste better when you're about to go to the Super Bowl, don't they?
Absolutely. Winning that makes everything taste better.
And while many feel, of course, that the real party is back in the Big Easy, the Hoodats here in Miami are representing the Crescent City well and loudly.
Like the Saints going to the Super Bowl. Peyton, sorry, we love you, baby. We love Archie, but we got to take this one. We gonna take this one.
And how's the party going down here, man?
Oh, it's off the chain. We done moved New Orleans to Miami. We done moved New Orleans to Miami. So this is now New Orleans / Miami.
Miami Beach may never be the same, man.
No. And after we win Sunday, we gonna definitely turn it out. It will never be the same.
Truer words never spoken. I can't say it enough. Black and Gold took over this town. Those guys down there in Ocean Drive and all over Miami are having an absolute blast, and that bar is rocking. Fat Tuesday.
How many Houdat Hurricanes you have?
You lose count after a while, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, that dude had it right. You know, this has become New Orleans South now.
Yes.
All right, we are being joined by a guy we talked to earlier in the week, Ron Gardner with the DDD. You're down here obviously to see the Saints win the Super Bowl, but for another reason, because there's a huge game coming to New Orleans in 2013.
2013, that's exactly correct. Obviously, we worked very, very hard to try to win that for New Orleans, and in winning that, it put a chain reaction of other things that are put in place. But since we've been here, we've been holding a lot of meetings. Yesterday, we met with the Indianapolis folk who were just before us in 2012, their host committee, to sort of trade information and try to improve on the product. And we met with the Miami folks, sort of a debriefing as to what they did. But 2013, and as Rob just said, there's an excitement building that I just think is going to blow the top off of it in New Orleans. But I don't think Miami's going to ever feel the same after having this invasion.
I think they really like having us down.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, do you tell the NFL when you talk to them that there is some big change coming in New Orleans? Obviously, we had a mayor's race last night, so change is coming there. We've got this sports complex coming around the Dome, which will be wonderful for the NFL because they love New Orleans anyway. You've got all kinds of development with the biomedical corridor downtown.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's just so much happening in New Orleans. The future looks so bright for us.
Yeah. I feel like I've cheated somewhere to be part of the biomedical district at the LSU Health Sciences Center, and I'll roll with that. The Sports Foundation, the DDD, the Federal City. Riding up with Mary Madeline, we were talking about one of our co-chairs for the host committee, and we were just talking about the next 3 to 6 years is just going to be so exciting. New Orleans is taking off, and it starts with that monumental election last night.
And then it'll culminate this weekend with that big trophy they get.
That's right. We'll just be crazy down there for a week.
And let me ask you this too: when you in all your talks with officials and kind of seeing the lay of the land here in Miami and how they put on this year's Super Bowl, what do you take back with you to New Orleans in terms of areas that we really need to focus on or look at as we get ready and gear up for 2013?
Well, I tell you, Rob, what we do with the 9 Super Bowls we've had. And I think our success, New Orleans, the Sports Foundation, has been that we never take it for granted. We're never complacent about it. we happen to think, and many in the NFL structure as well as the owners think we've got the best city in the world to hold a Super Bowl in.
Because everything's right there.
Absolutely.
Close
and I think after, and obviously the Miami area is beautiful, but I think as they get closer to 2013, the NFL and the fans from all across the country are going to be hungry to get to New Orleans.
Absolutely. Because
proximity
it takes a year to get everywhere here.
Oh, you know, we've said that to stress that all week. It's spread out here, so you got to do the stadium's 30 minutes from here, 40 minutes, so everything's downtown in our neck of the woods.
Exactly. So proximity would be a big thing, but obviously every facet of it, from transportation to volunteers to raising money, you know, we picked their brain about where they've gone to by way of corporate dollars, in-state, out-of-state, that they can do for that. And so we're going to bring all that stuff back, look at it, and see what things we can use for New Orleans.
A productive trip for you.
Yes, thank you.
And have fun at the Super Bowl today.
I can't help it. We're here.
I wish we were going. Well, all right, back to you guys in the studio.
I think I might just trademark off the chain. And Paulson, how did you manage to get biomedical corridor in this conversation?
Any conversation.
I'll tell you how, because Ron is working right close with that. It's very important. It's all part of the system down there. It's part of our future.
Yeah, that's right.
True.
Right.
Absolutely. Katie,
that's what everybody's thinking about today, the biomedical corridor.
The biomedical corridor.
Okay.
Katie, back at the station.
Biomedical corridor. It's on the top of everyone's mind today.
Oh, and that and Super Bowl and Carnival season. We're right in the middle of it, and there's some exciting parades going on right now. Uptown, we've got the crew of Carrollton parading, and that's going to be followed by King Arthur at 1:15. And don't forget, Barkus is going to be going on in the French Quarter at 2 o'clock. And in Slidell, your old stomping grounds, Dionysus is going to be rolling at 12:30.
I was a maid in that parade once.
Wow.
Very long ago.
You still look like a maid.
You're so sweet. And we'll be right back on that note.
Super Bowl pregame coverage is brought to you by your Rouses, your Southern quality Ford dealers, Cox, Crystal Hot Sauce, your Louisiana Coastal Cadillac dealers, Allen Berger and Associates, and River Parish Disposal.
No one pays more money for your old gold, silver, and coins than Causeway Coin Company. Get the most for your gold and great customer service from the original gold buyer in business for over 35 years. Call 832-8050. Causeway Coin, also in Slidell and Mandeville.
Okay, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a big football game coming up, and you know me, being a Louisiana girl, I'm about to bust my buttons with pride. So me and Popeyes just got one thing to say about this football game. Kick some butt, boys. Louisiana, fire! Down here in Louisiana, there is only one way to make iced tea. Fresh brewed and sweetened only with pure cane sugar. Right now at Popeyes, you can get our new cane sweet tea for just 99 cents. That takes me home. Louisiana, fire!
Rubio Construction has been successfully repairing foundations, shoring, elevating, and leveling homes in our area for over 100 years. A new funding program is now available to all road home participants. You may qualify to receive up to $100,000 towards elevating your home at no out-of-pocket expenses to you. Get your home raised for free.
Get your lifetime warranty from a company that's been here more than a lifetime.
Call Rubio to learn more at 504-269-9909. That's 504-269-9909.
The Houdat Bat Company has just released this professional model Bring the Wood bat. The 34-inch, 29-ounce full-size bat will have the Houdat Bat Company logo with the words Bring the Wood and the Fleur-de-Lis logo. This black bat will be hand-painted in gold and will be spectacular. This is a limited edition of 10,000 individually numbered bats and is the ultimate collectible for the Houdat Nation. The full-size hand-painted bat sells for $89.95 plus shipping. Operators are standing by. To order yours, call 1-866-280-BATS or log on to spikefootball.com.
MedPro Pharmacy offers the best personalized service for all your prescription needs.
Getting my prescription never been so fast and easy. Choose MedPro. I did.
Choose MedPro today. Call 322-2200.
Welcome back, everybody. And it is a gorgeous day for Saints fans, both here in New Orleans and in Miami.
And looking at the crowd of Hoodats in Miami, it's like we will have home field advantage there.
Right. It certainly seems so. That one lady said it was 20 Saints fans to 1 Colts fan. You got to believe that's going to help us in the game. And it was interesting. I was looking at our WWL-TV Twitter account. We've got a few of them. We've got the sports one. We've got the weather one. On our sports Twitter, they just posted that a parking attendant at the stadium said that he's been working 12 Super Bowls, that he has worked 12 Super Bowls. And in all 12, the Saints fans are the nicest fans he's ever met.
I believe it.
How about that? Saints fans are representing.
Yes.
That's what they do. They're ambassadors going out there and drawing people to New Orleans.
And you're pulling it out for them down there. I mean,
well,
get some good weather.
We got to give it to
job.
we got to give it to the to the homeboys.
Right.
Right. And they don't have the luxury of a Superdome like we have here, so we need to have some good weather in Miami.
Right. So we can let Drew Brees air it out.
I mean,
he'll be okay.
There's really nothing worse than a sloppy Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. And they're not going to have that down there. I mean, it's really looking like a nice day in Miami, and a nice day around here as well, albeit a little bit chilly. So if you're heading out to any of those parades, keep that in mind. The first thing I want to start with is what is happening out there right now. Hey, look at this. We've got some video. Nice video of the parades. Partly sunny skies out there for most of the area with cooler temperatures, right about 46 degrees at the airport. Slidell right now at 44. That's a live picture from the Uptown parades. I think that's the crew of Carrollton, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like a very nice day. You can see they all have their coats on, and that one youngster has a hat down there in the corner of the screen. Dew points, those are pretty low, about 34 degrees, implying that the air is fairly dry. That's what's happening here. Now, what some people are wondering is what's happening in Miami. Well, we can take a look at that as well. For that, we do turn to our AWS weather link. Temperature is 58 degrees. Warming up now in Miami. Feels still a little bit cooler, about 54, 55 degrees. But it is going to eventually get into the 60s for Miami. Looks like a very nice day for those Super Bowl fans. Other temperatures around here, about 45 degrees right now in Hammond and Gulfport, Mississippi at about 43. So certainly a cooler start. Now, we do get up into the 50s, but we don't get too much warmer than the lower 50s. Let's take a look at Precision Cast. Over the next couple of days, we do have these cooler temperatures that are going to hang around throughout the day today. Cold again overnight as we do fall into the middle 30s for the North Shore. Take a look at this. We do have rain in the forecast for the early/middle part of the week there. Tuesday at 12 a.m., we have some rain start to move on through. Why is this a concern? Well, the Saints Victory Parade is Tuesday evening, but it's going to be okay because all that rain pushes out by Tuesday right about noon. So I think at that point, it's going to start to dry out. Now, it's still going to stay fairly cool. Let's take a look at today's forecast. Again, mostly sunny skies. Right now, we're in the 40s, but we will build up into the 50s. I'm going to go between 49 and 54 degrees. And then, of course, my official forecast, Saints win. Yeah, that's my sports forecast. Pinpoint weather for the Uptown parades. It is cool. It has been cool already. 10 a.m. we were in the 40s. And we are going to warm up today into the lower 50s. By parade time in Slidell, which is only about an hour away, we're looking at 50 degrees. Again, cooler temperatures out there. Your carnival countdown, kind of highlighting the rest of the carnival season with some rain towards the middle and end of this week. 40% on Thursday. Now, Friday, I'm going to go 50%, but I think that by the parade time on Friday, will be okay, and your pinpoint 7-day. Highlighting cooler temperatures, especially overnight, and I can't stress this enough. Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, even Friday morning, we are in the 30s, so you're going to want to make sure you don't put the heaters away just yet. Keep them handy.
And hopefully that rain will get out of the way Tuesday in time for the parade for the Saints.
Yeah, I think that parade will be fine. In fact, I think we're going to luck out with most of the rain this week. I think it's going to move out of here by a lot of the parades.
That's good. That's good. There's nothing worse than also a sloppy carnival.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, do they cancel the parades? Do they push them back to other days?
Sometimes they do, but let's hope it won't happen this week.
Fingers crossed.
I know you went to your first parade recently.
I did. On Friday, I went to the Ocean.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Fun. You know what surprised me is I went to the Mardi Gras exhibit, the museum down at the Cabildo. And I saw all the gowns and the headdresses and everything. I didn't know they actually wore that.
Yeah.
I thought that was just kind of old school stuff, but they still wear that. It's awesome.
Did you get a lot of throws?
I didn't. I wasn't really in the mood to grab stuff. I just wanted to observe.
All right. We'll get warmed up for Tuesday for Mardi Gras.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have some fun in Metairie. All right.
Well, and talking about the Saints, there is one former Saints player who, despite being born without toes on his right foot, gave fans a huge thrill in those early days when there wasn't much to cheer about.
Paul Murphy visited with Tom Dempsey in his home in Old Jefferson this week to share some memories and some Who Dat history.
We're in Tom Dempsey's trophy room, no doubt one of the patron saints of the Saints, known most famously for a 63-yard field goal, which still stands today as an NFL record. Tom, why don't you take a look at some of your most prized possessions here in your trophy room?
Well, we're very lucky the things I really cared about didn't get hurt. That one right there is the Times-Picayune. That's their copy of the 63-yard field goal. They put it on, that backed it up on wood for me, and that's one of my favorites.
And what about one of your shoes that you used to kick with?
Well,
Talk about the interesting design here.
This is one of the shoes. In fact, I don't even know which team I was playing for when we used this particular shoe. The one for the field goal is in the Saints Hall of Fame. I gave that to him. This was designed to look more like my foot. This was Sid Gilman's design. He's the coach that came up with the idea of the design when I was with the Chargers. So I owe him a lot. But this is the last one I have. All the others I've given to different charities around the country.
And you, of course, were born without toes, so you
Yeah.
had a specially made shoe for kicking.
Yeah, it was made to fit my foot exactly and real tight. And they said I used to have steel in this, but it's not true. You can feel it. It's just leather. Because I wanted things light. I didn't want them heavy.
And, of course, today in the NFL, you wouldn't be able to use this shoe, would you?
Well, if I was young enough to play now, which I'm not, and they kept me out of the league because of this shoe, I'd be a very rich man. I'd have lawyers beating on my door to get at the NFL, especially now after that who dat stuff.
Talk about the Tom Dempsey rule.
I guess they called it after me. I never paid attention. Back then, I was able to kick a lot of long field goals, and so they wanted to make it, I guess, so that I wouldn't kick them. It'd come back to the spot you missed. Didn't stop. You know, I still kept kicking longer field goals. And the only problem that probably hurt was my good friend, Morton Anderson.
Now, you mentioned that you, like so many people here in the New Orleans area, lost your home during Hurricane Katrina, still recovering from the storm. What does it mean to you as a Katrina survivor and one of the original New Orleans Saints to have your team in the Super Bowl?
It means a lot because this is a very special team. The guys on this team, there's no quit in them. They got big hearts. You know, they remind me of the people fighting back from Katrina. The people, you know, I wasn't as lucky as I was to be able to afford a house to move into, but the way they fought is the way this team plays football. They're part of this community.
Did you ever think there'd come a day when your team would be in the Super Bowl?
I hoped. I hoped. You know, I'm a huge Sean Payton fan. I think he's a great football coach. I think this coaching staff as a whole did the best job of coaching that I've ever seen in football. With all the injuries, and they keep winning, they keep playing. But the Saints remind me of these people fighting back in Plaquemines Parish, St. Bernard, how they just kept fighting. That's the way the Saints play football nowadays.
Can you talk about the Saints fan and the Who Dat Nation that still recognize you and come up to you today and thank you for the memories of your field goal and your service to the team?
It's nice. The older you get, the nicer it is to be remembered. But the Saints fans, the Who Dat Nations, have always loved the Saints. Even the good, the bad, and the ugly, they've always backed us, you know, because in the years I played here, sometimes we weren't very good, you know, and they always loved us and always came to the games, always cheered. You know, I remember the first time I ever played a game in Tulane Stadium. It was a preseason game, and there was 80-some thousand people, and they started stomping on the bleachers, and I said, what's going on here? You know, this was all new to me. And then you just know how much these fans love this team.
He's trying a 63-yard field goal. I don't believe this. It's good! I don't believe it!
In terms of the kick, what was going through your mind as you were lining up the kick, and what were you thinking about as you approached the ball?
Well, I knew we were going to go for a field goal. Don Heinrich was our offensive coordinator, and he got on the phones and called down and says, tell Stumpy we're going to kick a long field goal. That's what he used to call me. I don't think anybody planned it to be a 63-yard field goal. I think we wanted it to be closer than that. But as I left the bench, I knew we were going to do it. I started doing the things I normally do. Step straight, kick it, keep your head down, stupid. You know, the things I told myself on every kick. And I had a great snapper in Jackie Burkett, and Coach Joe Scarpati was a great holder. And he's the one that actually picked the spot for me, because I never bothered picking my own spots because I was worried about other things. And I didn't know it was 63 yards. I had no idea. I knew it was a long way because I was on my own 37, But I just went through the same mechanics that I always go through. Like, I got a great perfect snap from Jackie and got a great hold, and I got protection, from the guys up front. Because you don't ever do anything alone. It's a team sport.
Do you still think about that a lot?
Not really. I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish, and the men that helped me get where I got. I always remember them.
Finally, as we head into Super Bowl Sunday, the game will certainly be an interesting game for Saints fans on many different levels. But do you have any predictions on how the game's going to go, score, otherwise?
Well, I think there's going to be some scoring. I mean, what a Super Bowl. The two best quarterbacks in the league are playing each other. Isn't that phenomenal? But I'm still pulling for our quarterback, Drew Brees. Even though I like Archie and Peyton, they're great guys, I'm pulling for the Saint. I'm a Saint deep in my heart. It's going to be great, and I think a lot of things are going our way. I think we have the advantage now with Vinatieri hurt that we got the kicking advantage with Hartley. Does an outstanding job. And I know if it comes down to him, he'll drill it.
What's the score at the end of the game?
I don't care if it's 1 point. I just want the win. The people have been waiting 40-some-odd years for this. And like I said, we're going down to the old Absent House in the quarter to watch the game. And I want to walk outside onto the balcony after we win, and I want to watch the Who Dat Nation go nuts.
All right, Saints legend Tom Dempsey, thanks for joining us. Now back to you guys in the studio.
It is amazing, the Saints' history with kickers. You have that, of course, famous kick. Then we had Morton Anderson, who won so many games for us over the years.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, of course, Hartley, who puts us in the Super Bowl.
Hartley. My goodness, 23 years old, and made a kick that was resounding across the world. I could go on and on all day about our great Saints, and we're going to continue our coverage. But first, we're going to show you some more Who Dat Saints fans.
That's a lot for $5. What rhymes with lots? Socks, tiny jocks, Goldilocks, a cheesy gordita crunch, and a burrito supreme. I want a crunchy taco in my fist and some cinnamon twists. And what about the drink? Think, Chuck, think. There's lots and lots in a $5 box. This box rocks. I got it.
Register today for the $10,000 drawing, only at your neighborhood Fast Tax.
Get your money fast. Fast Tax. Get it in an instant. Fast Tax. Get your money fast.
Call 504-942-8000.
Fast Tax.
Bayou Pets, Destrehan's only discount pet supplier, is locally owned and operated since 1996, carrying multiple lines of pet supplies for every pet need. Check out our everyday Woolly certified low prices on Science Diet and other premium pet foods. We'll meet or beat anybody's advertised price, guaranteed. Bayou Pets offers pet grooming 6 days a week, as well as a large stock of small animals, puppies, and freshwater fish. Visit Bayou Pets' new, larger location just 10 minutes west of the airport on Airline Drive at Ormond Boulevard.
To game.
To catch the game. To surf the net.
To channel surf.
TV on your time.
With 100% free HD and internet at your pace.
Or whatever speed you need. Digital cable.
And high-speed internet.
What a pair.
Now, you can bundle Cox Digital Cable and high-speed internet preferred for only $66 a month for 6 months. Bundle and save today. Call 302-7666.
It's brilliantly
better.
We are in carnival season, and there are some parade goers who are getting an eye full and hopefully a lot of throws.
And some black and gold throws, I can imagine. And Laura and Jill are at St. Charles and Napoleon this afternoon almost. And how is that parade going? Is there a good crowd out there?
Can you tell we're jamming?
I'm telling you, we just had the St. Paul School from Covington walk on by, get a little drum line there.
Yeah, and we had a Houdat float before that.
That seems to be the big thing this year. Is that if anybody yells out Houdat, you get more beads.
Right. So we've had
keep that in mind for later on.
And
parades
speaking
this
of,
season.
we've got Nick Resnick from Mid-City. Says it all. And of course, you know, a lot of thought went into this sign you got here.
That's right. We're going to Super Bowl. We're going to win it all. Go Saints! Go Saints! It's our year. It's our year.
I mean, I know you only have one bead right here, but have you gotten a lot of attention to being giving away some of those beads, I guess?
I didn't catch that.
Just say Houdat.
Houdat!
All right, great. We also got a little Houdat over here. Paul Williams, say Houdat for me. Houdat! You enjoying the parade? Yeah. Yeah, so it's a great time in here. The weather is now beautiful.
It really is warmed up a lot. I can feel my hands again, so it's great. We've seen a lot more people come out too. The crowds are kind of thickening up a little bit. We've got another crowd after this, right?
For King Arthur
coming. So it's going to be a great day. This is a great way to kick off the Super Bowl.
It is.
In the city.
You know, have other people at home do your cooking. You come out to the parade, you catch your beads, you give them, you know, the spoils of it all after.
And it really isn't, the crowds aren't as bad as they usually are, so you can actually get
right. Look at us. We are right at the barricade.
This is the best spot I've ever been in all my years at Mardi Gras. We've been catching a ton of stuff, so it's been really a fun day out here so far. Guys, back to you in the studio.
It's fantastic out there. I can't wait to get some carnival and some Saints. And
I love those glasses, Jill. Did you bring those with you, or did you catch them?
I did not catch them. I'm screaming, actually. I'm sorry. No, I did not catch them. My mom actually got them from a friend at work, and I said they're Florida fabulous.
But just tell me, let me tell you, she's cleaning up with the beads with these sunglasses, so I may have to yank them later on.
They become you, Jill.
They are. They're nice.
Well, thank you.
They are Florida fabulous.
Yes, they are. And now let's go out to Doug and Mike at the stadium in Miami. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Yeah, well, it's afternoon for us here, but certainly morning for you guys, and what's been a beautiful day. It's still pretty breezy. I don't know if the wind will play much of a factor. We've seen a lot of Saints fans actually coming up, more Saints fans than Colts fans. They're going, actually, shouldn't say this, but to the wrong gate, but they're here working their way to the gate to try to get into the stadium and get this thing going.
Yeah, and okay, first of all, 2 notes. 1, tailgating is strictly prohibited in the parking lots around the Dolphins Stadium. That's note number 1, and that's important to remember. And 2, we talked to a security guard who says he's worked this stadium for years. He says his 2 favorite sets of fans in the NFL are Chiefs fans and Saints fans. We caught up with a bunch of Saints fans in the parking lot today. Nicky Savoy, former Saints tight end from South Lafourche and LSU, part of a group that is not tailgating in the parking lot. We saw Saints fans, a lot of them just sort of hanging out, some of them meandering their way into the stadium. Again, people in no great rush to get in, just here to have a good time. We talked to more of the fans out in the parking lot. Again, it's probably 5-to-1 Saints fans to Colts fans that we've seen. We talked to a few of them in the parking lot. This is what they told us.
It's one of those things you grew up watching and always want to do all your life, and then get a taste of it a few years ago when we go play Chicago, and then now it happens and you hear and you don't know how to act sometimes.
There's a sign as you pull in that says no tailgating. This looks like what I would consider tailgating.
We're not tailgating. No, this is a social thing. We wanted to tailgate, and they told us we couldn't tailgate, so we're not tailgating.
Chance of a lifetime. My wife was determined to make sure we came. She's sitting over in the vehicle. She's excited. I'm excited. Would be even only better if the kids were here. But, you know, hey, chance of a lifetime. Looking forward to it.
My stomach's in knots. My heart's getting ready to come out of my chest. Been waiting 43 years for this moment. There's not a place in the world I want to be than right here, right now, with my 2 best buddies. Dream come true, baby. I could not wait for this day. And I can't wait to get inside that stadium, man. I'm going to make a prediction right now. It's going to be a close game, 52-10 Saints.
That is Sal Saldano, last Brother Martin class of 1981. I'm guessing on that, but I think he might be. All right, line of the week for me. We're not tailgating. We're just drinking.
Look, does the sign anywhere say drinking is strictly prohibited?
It does not say no just drinking.
That's right.
It says no tailgating.
That's right.
And by Lockport standards, just drinking does not constitute tailgating.
Saints fans are following the letter of the law.
And actually, the security has been very cool with Saints fans. Saints fans are being allowed to have a good time, to laugh and joke and hoot at all over the place. It's actually been a really fun morning around the stadium.
And that's truly been, we Saints fans, we give them kind of a hard time about all the partying, the hoot-at, and the loudness, but they are so well behaved.
Right.
All the bars, all the restaurants, everybody in South Florida said, we love them. They're great. They come in, they have fun. They don't infringe on somebody else's time. They're just great. So they've really behaved well this week. We kind of give them a hard time.
And it's
They've all
true, yeah.
behaved well.
This is something that for people in New Orleans and around New Orleans, this is something we sort of do.
Right.
And people know how to do it in a way, as best you could say it, in a way that's appropriate, in a way that's okay.
Let's just say we're very good at it.
We're very good. These guys that we caught up with were very good at it.
I mean, when you turn around the corner, we're talking Fat Tuesday right around the corner. So,
and I'm guessing some of these people we talked to today will be back for that.
That's true. That's true. All right, well, certainly we've got lots more to come. We're getting somewhat close here, a little past 12, almost 12:45, 6:20 Eastern Time kickoff, and so Saints fans are getting primed. We are as well. We'll have more from Sun Life Stadium later on in the broadcast. Sally, Katie?
All right.
But not tailgating.
No
Just
tailgating
drinking.
going on there.
Just drinking. I like that.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we've got some music for you from the Mojo Band. They performed on the Eyewitness Morning News earlier this week. Get crunked, everybody.
Let's hit it.
Oh.
Okay.
Sound like somebody scored a touchdown to me. Okay. Tell them why we gonna come. Crawl. Tell them why you don't want none. Crawl. Tell them why they better run. Crawl. 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 Stand up and get crunk. Stand up and get crunk. Here we come to get you. A little more crunk. We come to get you. A little bit more. Here we come to get you. You better get crunk. Here we come to get you. Tell them how we gonna come. Crunk. Tell them why you don't want none. Crunk. Tell them why they better run. Crunk. 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 Stand up and get crunk. Come on. Stand up and get crunk. Here we come to get you. A little more. Here we come.
Start with good people. The good people at the Wisdom Reception Center, who will make your wedding ceremony, reception, or party perfect. Spice it up with great food, with delicious Creole cuisine and premium drink brands, all at a fantastic price. And add a dash of wisdom. It's the recipe for an unforgettable event just outside the French Quarter. Call the Wisdom Reception Center at 940-1234 or log on to thewisdomreception.com for more information.
If you are a new CPAP user who can't adjust to the therapy or a long-time user who wants to see what's new in masks and features, Access Respiratory Home Care will make CPAP therapy more comfortable for you. Visit with the respiratory therapist at Access Respiratory Home Care Sleep and Wellness Store for expert consultation. Check out our fully stocked showroom and choose the mask and equipment that's right for you to get the best sleep possible. Access Respiratory Home Care on Veterans Boulevard, 456-WELL. Sleep well, breathe well, be well.
Coming to the UNO Lakefront Arena, February 27th. It's the Big Easy Blues Festival 2010. This year starring Mel Waiters, Sir Charles Jones, Clarence Carter, Floyd Taylor, Lenny Williams, Lattimore, and Miss Jody. The Big Easy Blues Festival, February 27th at the UNO Lakefront Arena. Tickets on sale now at the box office. All Ticketmaster outlets. Online at Ticketmaster.com. Charged by phone at 800-745-3000. Presented by Heritage Entertainment Group.
I'm personal injury attorney Michael Hingle. Have you been hit by a big rig like this one? If you're in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, we'll take them to court and they won't be so big.
Michael Hingle has offices in New Orleans, Hammond, Covington, Slidell, by appointment, Metairie, Houma, LaPlace, Gretna. Call attorney Michael Hingle, 1-800-USA-JURY.
Before you accept a quick check, check with me.
A little more, here we come to get you. A little bit more, here we come to get you. A little more, here we come to get you. A little bit more. Tell them why they gonna come. Tell them why they gonna run. Tell them why they better run. Stand up and get crunk. Stand up and get crunk.
And we are live in Fort Lauderdale with the Houdat Nation in Florida. Many people getting ready to go to the game in a few hours, and then the rest who cannot are going to be here at Shuck and Dive in Fort Lauderdale, the Saints Bar. No one else allowed. This is where they're going to have the fan watch party. And I have with me the Coe family. Tell me who you want to say hi to that couldn't come.
Oh, my daughter Chelsea and my son Marty. We miss you and love you. Woudat?
It was hard leaving.
Hey, Katie! Have fun in the water!
Mom's having a great time. Great time. Let me show you what's going on behind us real quick. This entire area that you see back here is usually a quiet parking lot, but today it is a tailgate. They're going to be serving crawfish only during the game. In the meantime, it is oysters. We have met people from Slidell, we have met them from Lafayette, people that just flew in. This family right here just flew in a couple of hours ago and came straight to Shuck and Dive, and they will be going to the game in a little while. They were lottery winners. There you go. But this has been just such an experience.
1967 that actually went onto the helmets of the Saints players during those days. A Houdat sign from 1983. All of these things are kept inside of a home that looks like a Saints museum. A 1967 picture of the very first Saints cheerleader squadron. And this right here is Miss Darlene Bonice.
We're the cheerleaders, not the dance group. The group that we were with had the boys and girls that did the gymnastics and the flips and the blooming orchid, which they used to love. They do the back handsprings and they toss the girls sometimes 15 feet in the air. This is a sweater. This is from our second uniform. These are the original 1967 pom-poms. And they've been through a lot, as you can see. This is part of my group right here. This is them celebrating with me.
Now this is before Gumbo.
Well, Gumbo, the real Gumbo was a real St. Bernard. But the Gumbo they have now, yes, it was Huddles first, and then they went back to the animated Gumbo.
Now, there's something that Darlene is not sharing with you just yet.
Okay.
What happened with you and Huddles?
Huddles and I got married.
Now we have to explain to the Houdat Nation that you are not just a regular cheerleader. This lady was actually pregnant for 2 children and cheering.
This is what I wore when I was pregnant for my oldest one. So you really couldn't tell because you had the big
baby belly.
Yeah, hides the baby belly. My oldest son was born November the 8th, the year that Dempsey kicked the field goal. Excuse me, he was born November the 6th. Dempsey kicked the field goal November the 8th. That was the only game I missed. I was in the hospital, and the doctors had to come in and say, we need to sedate her, because I was just jumping up and down. 2 weeks later, I was back on the field cheering. This, do we know who this is?
Archie.
Got to give a little plug for Archie. I cheered when Archie played.
You have the ball from what year is this?
This is the 25-year anniversary ball, silver anniversary, signed by all the players.
You have planned your entire life and all of the milestones in your life around the Saints.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Why are you so passionate about an NFL team?
I've always been very, very athletic, my family also. And just to be a part of something, the fans are just incredible. When you walk on the field and you stand with both teams and the national anthem starts to play, you want to be nowhere else. It's a feeling I can't even explain. It's just, it's what America's all about.
And that was Miss Darlene Bonice, the first Saints cheerleader on the first Saints squadron. And since then, we've gotten plenty of cheerleaders. You consider yourself a cheerleader too, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
I did not know that they made a Saints Snuggie.
Oh yeah, they got one now. Hammerman got one, baby. Hammerman is here with the Who Dat Nation.
You drove in a ride that was all Saints.
All Saints. That's all I seen. It wasn't long. To me, it seemed like it was 4 hours.
What does it feel like to you when you look at this crowd right now?
I feel like I can take 2 miles and I'll be back at home. Let's feel like we're in New Orleans right now. That's how close. It feels like after I leave here, I can just run the street and I'm home. That's how I feel.
That's what everybody's been saying. Let's take a look at the whole crowd again. More and more people are just showing up. They are coming by the carloads. People just landed a little while ago. They're coming straight here. A lot of lottery winners as far as the tickets go. But for those that cannot be at the game, this is the place to be, just about 15 minutes away from where Dolphin Stadium is. So definite hotspot. Guys, they even had a second line go through here not too long ago. So we'll get all this on tape and show it to you later as well. Sally and Katie, we miss you out here.
Listen, it looks like Bourbon Street. I mean, the sea of black and gold. That is great. Well, they're having a good time out there.
They
for
certainly
sure.
are. I wonder if that was a makeshift second line of just people who decided that they just couldn't control themselves.
Oh my goodness! And then you can imagine how the owner of that Shuck and Jive is making money hand over fist
my
right
goodness!
now.
Yeah, he is one popular guy.
And somebody's phone is ringing, so let's go out to Rob. And Rob has a special guest.
I know. Apparently, he needs to repent.
Yeah, we're a very, very special guest, and it's appropriate here that we're sitting here with the Archbishop, because for many people, this has been indeed a religious experience of the last few days and today.
It's been a religious experience.
Archbishop Amon, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance here on the set. Does this mean the set's blessed now?
It does. Bless you, boys.
Bless you, boys.
And you did have a special mass this morning, though, which was great.
Yes, we did. We just finished celebrating Mass with Tom Benson, with Gail, Rita, and about 500 other people.
Wow. And the Catholic Church has been a big part of their lives, and in some ways part of this season. As you know, that Gail met Tom Benson in church.
At St. Louis Cathedral they met.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have been very happily married for the last 5 years, I think. And I knew Tom when I was here before I left for Austin, and of course have gotten to know Gail, and they're just a wonderful couple and fun to be with.
They really are, and you know, what a wonderful year for you. You come here as the first Archbishop from New Orleans, in New Orleans, and then all of a sudden the Saints go to the Super Bowl. Is there something going on here?
Well, you know, I've been taught to take credit whenever I get it, even if it's not deserved. So I really
Eric follows the same rule.
He follows the same rule.
Yeah, I live my life on it.
So I don't think I can take any credit, but it's lots of fun, I can tell you that.
It is pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Any special Saints touches to that Mass this morning?
There were some special Saints touches. We prayed for them. We also mentioned that everybody's been asking me who's going to win. And of course, you know, you have to be careful about this, but we decided that if you look back in history, it gives us the answer. Because there were many, many saints who went into battle for the faith, and they rode on colts. And the colts were wounded, but the saints went to heaven, so they were victorious.
And what archbishop, what Catholic priest could root against the saints?
Can't do that. We even said when they played the Cardinals that the Saints are a higher hierarchy than the Cardinals.
That's
so
right.
They had to win.
And the Colts are just utility animals.
Just a little animal.
There you go.
Jesus used one to come into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday.
Let me ask you this. How does, obviously it is a huge party atmosphere here in Miami and throughout this area. As Archbishop, how do you navigate that? Because this is not your typical scene, let's say.
Well, it's not my typical scene, but I fit in. It's fun. It's lots of fun. The Who Dat spirit is alive, and being a New Orleanian and getting back to reconnect with so many people has just been a great experience.
So now, when the Colts are there with the Colts owners, do they bring in the Archbishop too?
I don't think Archbishop Beekline is here. However, he did call me a couple of weeks ago, and he wanted to enter into a bet.
Did
and
you?
We did.
Can archbishops do that?
Well, I don't know if we can, but we did.
You're a rebel. I like
this. Is the bet.
You're a true New Orleanian.
That's right. The bet is that if the Saints win, he owes me some Indiana pork chops.
Okay.
And if the Colts win, I owe him lots of gumbo.
See,
fair deal.
See, now you really don't win either way. Well, you win if the Saints win, of course, but then you get a pork chop.
Right, a pork chop, yeah, instead of some good fish.
And then if the Colts win, then he gets a pot of gumbo. Do you deliver it personally?
I don't think I will.
No. What's the rest of your day looking like from here?
The rest of the day we have a tailgate party in a few minutes, and then we go over to the stadium at 2:30, and we'll go on the field, get to see the Saints, get to talk to the Saints, and then get ready for the game.
You'll see the players today?
Yes, we will.
So you'll have a special moment with them, or?
We'll see them on the field. They don't let us talk to them because they are focused.
They're focused.
Yeah. They are focused, and we want them to be focused because we pray, but they have to play.
Yes. And you've been to some Saints games this year, obviously. You went to the NFC Championship game.
I did.
And so when the Archbishop's up there and the Yin Yang Twins come on, do you get crunked?
Of course.
Yes, that's my favorite image of the entire week.
If I put the song on, will you do it now?
Well,
no.
on the air, I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay, all right.
But it's been fun, and it's hard to think that God would take sides in athletics because I'm sure he has more important things to worry about. But I've told him that
if he
does, that it would be great for the city. Great for the Saints, great for Tom Benson.
And also, as a native New Orleanian, you know what folks out here are going through in terms of the people's hearts and souls and minds during this game. They want this so badly. As a native, you can appreciate that.
Of course, and I remember, following the Saints most of my life, and my dad was an avid Saints fan.
Yeah.
My nephew was an avid Saints fan, so it's fun to be a part of all the celebration.
And New Orleans, of course, is a very big Catholic town. Can you look in the camera there and kind of give the city your blessing as Archbishop?
Be glad to. As we are here in Miami saying, bless you boys, we know that there are many, many, many of you. The city in New Orleans, I'm sure, has closed down by now, and everybody's watching TV and getting ready for the Saints and for various parties. And we know that you are with us in spirit and that you join with us in saying, bless you boys. And we ask God's blessings upon the Saints, that they will be protected, that they will do their very, very best, and that they will excel in all of their playing. And together we are a faith-filled city, united with the Saints who are in heaven, but also in Miami on the field.
And one more special request. Rob and I have often been said is that maybe we're bad boys. Could you give us a special blessing?
I'd be happy to.
Please, cleanse.
May God bless you and always keep you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
All right,
that's
we're good.
We'll toast to that later.
Thank you very much, Archbishop.
Thank you, Archbishop.
Great to be with you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Sally, can you top that one?
Yes, you can.
I can't top that, other than to say you guys are forgiven.
And y'all need that. We know y'all need that.
We do need it.
No.
Only in New Orleans is football a religious experience.
Oh my goodness! And I also understand Archbishop Hannon is there as well.
Yeah.
So they are. But I like what the Archbishop Amon had to say. He said, "We pray, they play."
Absolutely.
Oh,
and
right.
we have much more from a mass coming up right after this break.
Stay tuned and enjoy these Saints fans. We are back covering Super Bowl 44, the pre-show on Channel 4, of course. And Meg Ferris has been out and about.
Sally Ann and Katie, I have seen the light.
Right.
When I was a little girl, back in the 60s, and my mom would pin the little Kleenex to my head because you couldn't go in mass without your head covered. You're too young to remember that.
She didn't point to me.
She never told me that I could get crunk in mass, and I hope she's not turning over in her grave. First of all, I have 300 new first cousins at Our Lady Star of the Sea on St. Roch. But before I take you into all the hoopla, and Eric and Rob, that was nothing with the Archbishop. Wait till you see this. But first, we're going to set it all up what happened before we went up to Mass. Take a look at this. I guarantee you that no other place in the entire U.S. of A. are they going into Sunday morning Mass with black and gold umbrellas, only in New Orleans.
Only in New Orleans. My name is Jackie. I'm a member of the choir, and this is a symbol of what I do. I am a singer, and I also am celebrating the Saints on their first time Super Bowl win. Go Saints! Go Saints! All the way! Win it, Saints! Win it!
What is your name?
My name is Lamara Berger, and I'm a member of Our Lady Star to Sea, and I'm a member of the Our Guilds. And yes, I'm one of the ones who made the umbrellas.
I understand y'all had orders for 150 second-line umbrellas just for this mass.
I think it was over 150. That's
How long have y'all been working and gluing and hot gunning?
Almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks, yes.
And so what are you going to do inside mass with the umbrellas?
We are going to second line to the Saints. And this is for the Saints. We love them. I waited 43 years for this.
I was at that first game, and I was a little girl in that Tulane.
Tulane, yes, 27th of September, 1967.
Now, we're going to go inside, and I understand that Father Ricard has a special sermon planned today.
He does.
You know what it is?
No, we don't know. We never know until we get here.
Boy, we have people praying to God and praying for the saints. And where else, come on guys, where else are you going to go and you go to Mass and you see people flashing their earrings? What is your name?
Thelgra.
And this is a special Mass.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely.
And you've got your Super Bowl shirt on, and you're all Mardi Gras bead out in your hat and everything. Isn't this a wonderful day?
Oh, it's great. I'm just so proud of the team, and I just want the Saints to know that no matter what the outcome is today, we love them. We thank them for all the excitement, and just go Saints.
Right. They're going to bring the trophy home. They're bringing it home.
What do you think the Vatican thinks about our culture here in New Orleans?
I think that the Vatican definitely appreciates our European flair culture in New Orleans.
You know, I bet they wish in other masses around the country they had the enthusiasm that we have here, huh?
Yeah, how you doing? My name.
What shirt do you have on?
I have an I Believe shirt. And
you believe in two ways today, huh?
2 ways, right? And the Saints gonna take it on in.
Yes, indeed.